We're recording now. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Welcome everybody to the Nerd Cave News, a one-stop shop for all the video game news that you need to know. I'm one of your hosts, Zach Dykes, joined along with the creator of the PS5 Never Play subreddit, I Has No Time.
First of all, rude, whoever wrote that one. Whoever submitted that one, you're dismissed. You are dismissed, and you have to run it by me to come back in the group.
That was Murdoch.
Oh my, Murdoch, I expected better of you, my guy. Murdoch, we gonna have a talk, my guy. Subreddit. I like it, but I also feel attacked.
Good, as you should.
Hey, ever since we started doing Gamer Club, I've never had an excuse not to play my PS5 anymore.
True. But when we play something that's not on PS5, are you going to be able to handle it?
Hey, we'll have to find out.
Yeah.
You know, I did throw out Immortals Phoenix Rising, which I do have on Xbox. But you know, we chose the Tomb Raider, which is not a bad choice either. I put that out there. So
true. I couldn't handle another open world game right now.
Fair enough.
I can't handle it. But guys, you can become part of the ship, part of the exclusive crew by going over to patreon.com/nerdcave, just like our wonderful crew members, Brandon Hicks, Richard Newell, Daniel Sanford, Rushing Waters Yoga, The Conductor, Marilyn James, Martin Sager, and Brittany, the Granny Bee Harrison. Derek.
I almost felt like I needed a drum roll through that.
I know. I was trying to give it as much panache as possible.
Yeah.
Derek, where can they find the Nerd Cave?
Hey, no, I need to get on you about this. Once you for the show proper, once you call me the name, you need to stick to it.
Okay,
with my name.
I Has No Time. Where can they find the Nerd Cave News?
You can find the Nerd Cave News on a variety of platforms such as Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. Watch us live each and every week for our pre- and post-show shenanigans, or go over to YouTube to watch the replay of the show. If you like bite-sized nuggets of gaming news, check us out on TikTok. Search Nerd Cave Network on any platform and you will find us.
Yes, you can. And guys, in the month of August, we have a new game for our game club. We're playing Tomb Raider, the complete edition, just the first game of the trilogy. So in the month of August, we're going to be taking Lara Croft and her maiden voyage to become the Tomb Raider. Will she survive? Yes, because there's 2 other games after it.
I was going to say, spoiler alert.
Spoilers. She survives. And I'm excited. Derek's already started. Brandon's already started. I have downloaded it. Yep.
That's where you kind of started with Horizon as well.
Yep.
So maybe by the end of the month, you'll jump in.
You got to start somewhere, though. You know what I mean? You
also true.
You got to start somewhere. That's what I've learned about life. You always start somewhere. But guys, we're going to start somewhere in our gaming discussion this week. First topic on the list, Life is Strange True Colors welcomes you to Haven Springs and a new trailer. Let's look at this.
I have not watched this, so this will be new for you and me.
New for you and me. Here we go. Welcome. Okay, hold on. I thought I had us ready.
And obviously, if you didn't see in the before, guys, it is rated M for mature, so not sure what this will contain, so just fair warning. Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Hide yourself.
Yeah. Steal yourself.
All right, here we go.
Welcome to Haven Springs, Colorado, a small town with a big heart. I'm Steph Gingrich, and I'm here to show you why Haven Springs is the place to be. Set beneath breathtaking views of the Rocky Mountains, Main Street is where all the action is, with everything from ice cream to cycling. Fresh.
That's not a small town.
You're guaranteed to find something here that catches your eye.
Small town compared to what? You know what I mean? Like, what's the grading system we're going on here?
Classics and a bar full of talkative locals. It's here you'll discover more than friends. You'll find family, Once you've cleared your plate, why not take on the top scores of some classic arcade games? Challenge me to a game of foosball? Or just inflict your great taste in music on the rest of the bar? And hey, if music's your thing, tune in to Haven Springs' very own radio station, KRCT 104.3. I'm always spinning the latest artists as well as keeping you up to date with all the exciting events happening in town. Events like my live-action role-playing fantasy spectacular. I'm definitely going to bring it here this year. Now I've said it in an advert, it must be officially official. But if that's not for you, how about Haven's legendary Spring Festival? This is an evening by the
It's a Facebook official.
Thrill to some live music as you soak up the campfire atmosphere. If you're sharing the night with a special someone, why not give them a rose and confess your feelings? Chances are, they're nervously waiting with a rose for you too. Haven Springs might just be Colorado's best kept secret. Whether it's for a day, a week, or a lifetime, find your true colors in Haven Springs.
I see what they did there.
Ah, Derek hit the song.
True colors.
And that's why I love you. Don't be afraid. Let them show me true colors. True colors. So yeah, it looks like an advert for the town, which I kind of like that it's not just like,
Yeah.
oh, here's more of the gameplay. It's like, it's one of the things that Life is Strange has always done really well is bring you into the town, make you feel like you have been there, that there's life that's there. And doing this right here through this, video and everything, it shows you the hopping spots, the bebopping places,
Right.
and it's like there's depth to this town. It's not just like a ghost town. There's life here.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Derek?
Yeah. And and this one I felt like slice of life, like Sims kind of vibe from this.
I was
It's like,
getting that as well.
Live in your town how you want to type of thing. And I don't know about the first game, but the second one, I know they really kind of just focused on the brothers. Like, yeah, you met people and you stopped on places, but this is like the first time that I can remember where they made the town feel as important as the characters in the town. Where the Life is Strange, the series has always been focused on the people and the relationships you build and the memories you make. But this is the first time where they've kind of said, hey, this town is important too. Like, there's a lot of stuff to do, a lot of interesting stuff. So I'm not saying it's going to be open world, but maybe they'll give you more interesting stuff to do, like as side content, if you want to break them, just like the intense emotional action.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with Dan. Like, as I was watching through, it's like this just looks like a more like first person view of a Sims game, but I know that it's a lot more to it. And with the first game, there was a little bit of that, but it was very limited. It was like, okay, you're at the school, or you're at the diner, or you're at the the various locations that you go into, the first game. This feels like we're going to get a little bit more, but hub world, probably a very small hub world, if you will. So I'm curious to see what they do with it. It's coming out this year, right?
Yes, next month, actually.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Will we see your true colors? Will we see your true colors?
I've shown my true colors about the Vita.
Some new additions are coming to Pokemon Snap. Free new Pokemon Snap updates adds 3 new areas and even more Pokemon to discover. Let's check out this awesome trailer that we got for it. Ah, Mew. Pidgeotto?
Or Pidgeot.
Whatever.
Yeah. Oh, Charizard.
The best Pokemon ever. Moltres.
No, that's Ho-Oh.
Nope, that's Moltres.
Sure, Jan.
Oh, they got Surfing Pikachu in there.
Yep.
And
There's more.
Nani? Onyx.
Yep.
Don't think I've ever seen one of their mouths open like that.
Yeah, me either.
Oh God, sweet baby Jesus.
Surprise.
Oh, we're going to see the bug Pokemons. Feels like you've zoomed in too far.
Right. When you say you want a close up, but not that kind of close up.
Yeah.
It's already out, guys.
All right.
So, and I have an article here that goes in a little bit more about the thing. So, with regards to the new areas, first things first, new stomping grounds. The coming update will add 3 new areas for Pokemon to explore, all with the continued night and day cycles. The first area is called the Secret Side Path, where players will actually shrink inside the Neo 1 to explore this adventurous location. Since you and the Neo 1 are smaller, all of the new Pokemon in this area will look massive. So massive that you'll be able to hear their footsteps and their breathing for a far more immersive exploratory experience. The second new location is the Mighty Wide River, a water source that provides Belusivia, however you pronounce that, island with the necessary sustenance to thrive, allowing for a new location for Pokemon to trudge through and giving players more snapshot opportunities. The final new location is called the Barren Badlands, a much less cheery-sounding place when compared to the above 2 additions. The Badlands are a part of Voluka Island, and as you may have already guessed, it's a desert that is absent of anything lush. This location is unique because of the danger it poses, including gushing geysers and poisonous swamps. Because of the danger, the Pokemon found here may be a little tricky, some even hiding underground to keep safe. If you're hunting for that perfect shot here, you'll definitely need to be on your guard.
I'm down. I'm glad that they're supporting the game. You know, like it came out and it was like, how long of legs is this going to have?
Yeah, right.
And I'm glad that, we're getting more of it. I haven't played it yet. It's on my list of eventuals because I enjoyed the first game. It's
right.
It's been a long time though. Long time. But
it's been a while.
Yeah. I'm glad that they're adding more Pokemon and different trails. This could, have a very long shelf life if they do it right.
Yep.
I'm thinking of, how Animal Crossing has continually had different places and everything. They could even put like events in, like seasonal events going to different places and all of that. And it's already out. It came out the 3rd. So if you got Pokemon Snap, you can go play it right now. Yes, I did that. Did that for you, Derek. Did that for you.
Thanks, I guess.
You know what they're not doing for you over at PlayStation? Telling you the truth.
Maybe.
They're not telling you the truth. Because all we got is rumors.
They're not telling the whole truth.
Yeah. Rumor has it the PSVR 2 specs have leaked.
Yeah, so YouTuber PSVR Without Parole has posted a video detailing a bunch of PSVR specs that have supposedly leaked from Sony's PlayStation VR 2 Developer Summit earlier this week. None of this has been officially confirmed yet by the format holder, but makes for an interesting read nonetheless. While many of the details have been posted before, there's a bunch of tidbits that are new in regards to what PSVR 2 is packing under the hood. Speaking of PSVR 2, Sony isn't apparently calling it that. Rather, it's referring to the device as NGVR, Next Gen VR. Elsewhere, it's been claimed that the PSVR 2 screen will be OLED and support HDR, while the screen field of view will clock in at 110 degrees, which puts it at 20 degrees more than the Quest 2, 10 degrees more than PSVR, and a couple of degrees higher than Valve Index. The PSVR 2 controller has yet to attract an official title, but Sony is looking to package it with every VR headset. In addition, they're also equipped with capacitive touch sensors, something which wasn't previously touted. Furthermore, the hardware giant is keen on moving toward AAA console games for PSVR 2 by developing hybrid titles that work on both the flat screen and VR. There's currently no mention about backwards compatibility for PSVR games with the new device, but Sony is apparently pushing to remaster titles for its new virtual reality headset. The company will apparently reveal launch details for PSVR 2 in early 2022.
Well, I know PlayStation invested a lot into PlayStation VR, so there's no surprise that we're getting a second iteration of it. They even were putting out VR games in PlayStation Plus for a while. So
yeah, exactly.
I'm glad to see that they're continuing this. VR is something that I think can be really utilized, in a good way.
It's growing. Exactly. And it's growing, albeit slow, but it is growing.
Yeah. And, I'm curious to see where this new headset was, because the PSVR, it was good, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever. Like it wasn't the most powerful or
didn't take the world by storm.
Yeah. But it was affordable. That was the thing. It was the most affordable out of the options and everything. And it being tied to the PlayStation instead of a PC, more people have PlayStations, that can run games like that. So this, being another step towards that, I would love to see, something like the Oculus 2 or the Oculus that we have, where it is where you're not having to be hooked directly into it. It's, you can hook it in there for the more, graphic fidelity, the higher end stuff, or you can have it no cables. Because the times that I used the PSVR, it just felt heavy, and I felt very tied down by the cable. So what are your thoughts on it all?
It's funny how to say something good about the Vita was the innovator of the OLED screen to begin with, and now you're seeing like the Switch's latest model is going to add an OLED screen. The new PSVR supposedly is going to have an OLED screen, so it's nice to see that they're going with the OLED route, even though Vita's like, am I a joke to you? But I think the controls, like the way they're trying to talk about the different controllers, is going to be interesting, because while it served a purpose, it is funny how Sony just rehashed the Move controllers that failed on PS3 to use for PSVR. But it sounds like they're developing original controllers for the new iteration of PSVR and work. So I want to see, like, we saw like the jump from the DualShock 4 to the DualSense on PS5, like how much leaps and bounds that improved in tech. I want to see that happen for the same thing happen for the new controllers for PSVR.
Yeah.
Or the next gen VR.
Yeah, like having the DualSense on there, all the haptic feedback, man, it would make the experience even more intuitive and immersive. So do it, Sony. Make it right. Yeah. Make it good. Make it right. Make it good. Make it right. Make it good.
Because as we see, if you add a nice piece of supported like accessory tech, it will make a difference in your play experience.
There's a new report, Derek. There's a new report. I have no time. That points to VRR update arriving for PlayStation 5 this December.
So variable refresh rate, or VRR, has been something of a lifesaver for some games that utilize it, and more games are utilizing it all the time, though currently that means nothing to PS5 players, because the console doesn't support VRR, not yet at least. If a new report saying that a VRR update is coming in December is to be believed. Robert Zahn is a retailer and president of Value Electronics, and a tech retailer with the US, and in a recent interview regarding Sony's TVs, he points to a firmware update coming for VRR in December, which could potentially mean we'll see an update hit PS5 consoles around the same time. Quote, I spoke a little bit on the side about the long-awaited upgrade to variable refresh rate on the X900H and the X90 and X95, and all the other 2021 TVs that's still on target for December this year. Now, it should be noted that Sony has made no official comment on this, but according to Zahn, they're waiting until December because of other industry regulation changes around specs for eARC and HDMI.
Well, I'm glad that, there's more things coming to the PS5. I haven't really had much experience for VRR. I didn't even know what it stood for until you literally told me.
And now we know.
Now we know. And knowing's half the battle.
And knowing is half the battle. Jinx.
Technically, I said it before you. But yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad, that they're adding more to it. The more things that they can add to the PS5 just increases the value, the overall value and experience of it. What that means for, the normal consumer that doesn't have TVs that do that, I don't, it's not going to really, but the ones that have the things that they've been waiting for, good on you.
It's like if you play on a 4K TV versus a TV with 1080p. You still get the best quality you can. Just might be better on a higher piece of tech.
True.
It's like an option. You don't have to have it, but it's nice if you do.
Yeah, nice if you do. Going on with some more PlayStation news, PlayStation Studios is accelerating its investments. PS5 sales target in sight as Sony secures new chipsets. Oh,
right. So we might have an upswing in the future. Hopefully, we'll see. Maybe by holiday. Sony Interactive Entertainment CFO Hiroki Totoki revealed during the hardware manufacturer's latest financial call overnight that it has secured the necessary amount of chipsets to help PS5 meet its sales target for the current fiscal year. Totoki-san made the comments when asked about the ongoing semiconductor shortage that has plagued PS5 supply issues, but it seems Sony is still confident that the PS5 will meet its goal of 14.8 million shipments during the current financial year. Elsewhere, Sony revealed that its PlayStation Studios outfit is currently accelerating investments to bolster its production capabilities, with the recent acquisition of Returnal developer Housemarque mentioned as an example. As such, 7 of Sony's 13 studios have now been acquired. Sony recently announced that that's it. That's that's it for now. So it's nice that they've got the necessary chipsets. Hopefully that means, if they want to hit that target of 14.8 million, they're already at 10 million, so they're not that far off.
Yeah.
Maybe if they've got enough, maybe they can exceed and maybe hit 16, 17 million.
Yeah.
Who knows? We'll see. My thing is how will you send them out?
Yeah.
Because that's what they didn't address that. All right, if you're still going to sell them on the website, cool, because they'll still get in some people's hands that aren't bots. But to me, it all would be a moot point.
Yep.
That you got, we got the chipsets. We may be able to meet our current financial goal for this fiscal year. And that would be for nothing because then they're not in stores. Like, if you're going to send them to stores, or even if you do half and half, I'll settle for that. But if you're going to send them in stores, that will be more of a win than anything else.
Yeah, they've got to do something because the scalper market has exploded with PS5s.
Right.
Even if it was like they did before the launch of the PS5 where you had to sign up or whatever, and they would send you an email. I finally got mine, but I didn't get, I didn't have, wasn't able to get one at that point in time. But, even if they did that, that would be good and require, it's like, hey, we've seen this be an issue. We need these physical stores to carry them in stores. You cannot sell them online. Do not bundle them together. Sell them as just the console. Because I know GameStop loves their bundles. So, do it where, you have to sell them in stores.
Yeah.
Help us out.
Yeah.
Shuhei.
Scratch our back.
Help us out, Shuhei. But
Your only hope.
our only hope. Our only hope. Oh, but you know, who was the only hope on the Isle of Tsushima? Who was the only hope, Derek?
Jin Sakai?
Yes. The director's cut of Ghost of Tsushima will have PS5 features that are more than just a generic hardware upgrade. Iki Island expansion will follow your actions in the main campaign, which will affect the Iki Island story, and Ghost of Tsushima Legends will become a standalone release, confirmed for PlayStation 5 and PS4. New Rivals mode coming September 3rd.
So a lot of good news, especially the Legends being standalone. That was huge.
Mhm.
That was last night, this morning, around that time. But to first address the PS5 features, Jason Connell, Sucker Punch Productions creative and art director, has revealed that the PS5 features included in the upcoming Ghost of Tsushima director's cut are more than just generic hardware upgrades, which is probably why we're looking at a price for the upgrade. Looking at a price hike for the upgrade for existing users. Speaking with the press start, Connell revealed that the features are tightly connected to the new Iki Island experience. Quote, the thing that I think is important for people to know is that those features that make it so specific to the PS5, we didn't just work on those as a generic hardware upgrade. They are fully enveloped into the Iki expansion and Jin's experiences on Iki. They were really tightly connected to one another, so that's kind of the reason why we didn't look at them as kind of separate. We really wanted those two to sing together, and that's the base reason why. Not really. That, I don't know. Like, it's cool, but to me, other than the DualSense features, you didn't really tell me what. Yes, they're tightly connected, but you could say that for the PS4 version as well. It's not really giving me. It doesn't really give me confidence that you're really giving the true upgrade to PS5, and just like instead of it being a port. And two, you're not really telling me what makes the different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just word salad to be like, yeah, it's not just a generic hardware upgrade. You know, they really sing together. That sounds real good. Thank you, Margaret, for writing that down. Yeah.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So,
yeah.
But who knows? I mean, it doesn't deter my excitement from it for sure.
Oh, definitely not.
But to go on to the expansion following the actions of the campaign, the closer we get to launch for Ghost of Tsushima's director's cut, the more details are spilling out about the new content, specifically Iki Island. In a recent interview with Nate Fox, creative director for Ghost of Tsushima, has revealed that the Iki Island expansion will be affected by your choices and actions in the main campaign. The interview was with Japanese website GameSpark, and when answering a question regarding how the expansion content will affect the main game, Fox revealed that your actions will differ your experience with Iki Island. Quote, the game records where and who you met in the main story, which also affects the progress of the story in Iki Island. Just how exactly it will all fit together is the one thing we don't know, though unfortunately we'll just have to wait for the release to find out. So, and I kind of looked into this more, depending on where you are in the game will also determine like your outcome. Like it'll be based on the choices you made up to that point. So if you beat the game, and then you go into Iki Island, a lot more of the choices you make will fill out how Iki Island will play out. But if because I know you can start it in Act 2, go to the Iki Island expansion. So depending on if you've only got to that part or you're only like part way through Act 2, will determine like other gameplay mechanics or whatever. So it's nice that, you know, because there are choices. I know you haven't beaten it just yet. There is like the choices do ramp up the farther you get to the end of the story, specifically at the end of Act 2. So I want to know how that plays out. Like I know. And it's funny because coming from Sucker Punch, they're all about their choices. We saw that in Infamous, all the Infamous games. Your choices resulted in good or evil karma. Ghost, it's not karma, but it is different choices depending on how you choose to play through the game. So I'm excited to see this carry over into the expansion, and then I want to see how in depth it plays out. For someone like me who's beaten the game, like how much will that add to me playing through the expansion?
Yeah, and I'm glad that it does actually react to the main game and your progress in there, because there's so many times that DLC is either, you know, you have to finish the whole game, or they like it, you can play it early and then it just feels really weird. It's like, who are these
Yeah.
people? Like, none of this makes sense.
It's like a fish out of water.
Yeah. So it being able to react to where you are, and, you know, it's going to be different for, you know, whoever's playing it at whatever point they are in the story or beating the story and everything. So I'm excited. I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it, Derek.
I know. But speaking something, you know, and that's soonish. It's only a few weeks away. But you know, what's not what we can play right now, supposedly, I think.
September 3rd.
I know the new mode will be coming in September 3rd, but going to the Legends mode being standalone, Sucker Punch Productions has announced that Ghost of Tsushima Legends, the multiplayer expansion to its open world samurai epic, will be getting a standalone release for PS4 and PS5 alongside the new Rivals mode on September 3rd. The standalone version of Ghost of Tsushima Legends will be available to grab from the PlayStation Store for $20, and you can also upgrade to the full version of Ghost of Tsushima if you wish to boot. As for the new content, the Rivals mode sees two teams of two going up against a wave of enemies, and comes with new trophies and cosmetic items too. Each defeated enemy will net you Magatama, which is then used to harm the other team, such as draining their health and blocking their purchases. In addition to Rivals, players will also be able to soak up the new Gear Mastery system, which is an overhauled progression system for Legends. Those of you who have obtained 110 level gear will be able to bind it to a class and activate mastery challenges. This in turn allows a piece of gear's key level to boost to 120 and unlock a second perk slot later on. Plus, you can obtain new abilities and techniques for each class. Meanwhile, August 20th will see the release of Ghost of Tsushima Legends update containing new features, including changes based on user feedback. Finally, new content will be adding to the game each week from September 10th through October 1st, which includes new maps for Rivals and Survival, a harder difficulty version of the Raid from last year, and new online leaderboards. And then, of course, it goes on to say Legends will release separately on September 3rd and be preceded by the Director's Cut on August 20th. So it'll get an update when the Director's Cut drops, but then will be a full standalone expansion with the new Rivals mode on September 3rd. So they're keeping that Ghost content rolling for you, my guy.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, it'll be the game that never ends for you.
Yeah. I'm excited to get into Legends. I haven't played any of it yet, but that there is more and more depth that is being put into it. Yeah. Hey, man, it might be my go-to. It and Knockout City might become my go-to, you know?
Right.
I'm looking forward to it. I would love for them to have a like a duel kind of mode where you could, like, me and you fight each other type deal.
Oh, yeah, like, you know, like that side quest, you know, that you did that you liked a lot,
man,
you know,
it was so
with
good.
The 6, yeah.
It was so good. That is my favorite quest out of all of them so far.
Yeah. So definitely a favorite just of the locales specifically, you know?
Yeah, the gorgeousness. Dan, you have a good night. Murdoch says it's called Die by the Blade game. It's coming out soon. What?
Huh?
What are you talking about? I'm cornfused. Cornfused.
I think they're having their own conversation over there.
Conversation. Guys, we've got some dates and delays coming for you. Solar Ash will release for PlayStation 5, PS4, and PC on October 26th. And we've got a little video for y'all. The little video. Here we go.
Video.
Oh, this is that. Okay. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. As
soon as I saw the art style, I was like, oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is like...
Because Annapurna had their own little direct type of thing last week. So they talked about, or earlier this week, and they talked about several of their games.
I guess I need to play the first one.
First one of what?
There's a game that they made that looks exactly like this, but it's like the first one in the series or whatever.
Oh,
It's not Dead. It came out like right when Dead Cells came out.
Okay.
Yeah. That looks cool.
Yeah, very beautiful. Very, I like the little gliding mechanic that you have. Very. Are you thinking of the Pathless?
No,
Or
it's
no? No. Okay.
no. It looks like Dead Cells, but it's not Dead Cells.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like the artwork.
Titan Souls.
I don't know.
Okay.
Murdoch says it's a 1v1 sword dueling game called Die by the Blade. Brandon says it's a dueling game. But wouldn't it be awesome to have a Ghost 1v1 or even 2v2?
Yeah.
Like that would be dope too.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that.
1v1 me, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, bruh. Shaka bra, bruh.
Meet me in the gulag, bro.
Our next game that we'll be releasing is called Stray. It will be on PS5, PS4, and PC early in 2022. This is the weird cat game.
But I like it though. Like it is a little long. It's about a 4-minute trailer, so we may not. I don't know if we'll.
We
watch
probably
the whole
won't
thing.
watch. I don't know if I can watch that much cat.
But it's so cute though. Like it just as a cat person, it spoke to me.
I knew something was wrong with you. All right, here we go. Let's watch some of this trailer. Stray.
Hello everyone,
Mhm.
my name is Swan, producer at Blue 12
All right, I'm good. Man, they're taking long. They're taking their time to establish this thing.
I know.
In Stray, you play as a cat who has fallen inside a mysterious and forgotten city. Separated from his family and injured, he will have to explore and survive in this unwelcoming environment.
Well, you're not injured there.
From the cat's unique point of view, players must navigate their way through the dangers of this unfriendly place, and use the cat's skills to solve puzzles and uncover mysteries along
Just jump through the fan.
You're so mean. Don't be. God don't like ugly.
I'm gonna be nice because I almost got you. I almost got you. Okay, so it's like a platformer, but like you're puzzle solving
Yeah.
and all of that. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought that was a person for a second. I was like, why do they got a brick for a face? But it's a robot.
Yep.
It's a robot, guys.
along his
Like from the first one, it shows like that you're the only organic being in this world. Apparently,
Really?
everyone else is machines. Yeah.
Using the drone's ability to interact with objects in the world and communicate with the strange inhabitants of this secluded place. Together they will work to learn more about the secrets of this forgotten community of human-like machines.
But it says he's got a family, which means there's more cats. Like he had to come from somewhere. That's how that works, y'all. If y'all don't know biology. Hey, that cat don't need to be drinking no energy drink. Be strung out. Be worse than
Did Kojima work on this game?
guys. What do you think about it? Y'all let us know down in the comments below. It's cute.
Yeah, it's a day one buy for me though. I'm just gonna be
Really?
completely honest.
Really? I wouldn't
Yeah.
expect that,
Yeah.
but okay. I can respect it. I can respect it.
Yeah,
All right, guys. Moving
unless it's like $60. I don't know if it'll be worth 60, but if it's like a $30 or $40 game, I'll definitely buy it day one.
$300. That's how much it is.
Oh God, you better give me like several cats included in there.
They're going to literally fill your house with cats.
As long as they give me food with
Nope.
it, I'll be. Then that's
They're
the
going to be
deal.
feral cats that have the taste
Oh God.
for human flesh. They're coming for you, Derek. They're coming for you. But you know what's not?
We like that long pig.
Yeah, but you know what's not coming for you, Derek? Sony
Unfortunately.
has delayed Horizon Forbidden West to Q1 2022. There.
Are we shocked? No, because when they showed up at the State of Play and talked about it afterwards, they were like, it's on track to 2021, but we don't know if we can commit to that yet. And I'm like, it's going to be delayed.
Yeah.
Like, this is arguably one of the worst kept secrets that's not Ubisoft related. I mean, let's be honest. So at least they got out in front of this by just being honest. I commend them for that. Still disheartening, but more time for the game to be great. My thing now is, if you're going to release in Q1, release it on the 5-year anniversary of the game. Release it end of February.
It's 5 years?
Yeah, it came out. Yeah, February of 17.
Oh, man.
Because remember, it came out the same week that the Switch and Breath of the Wild came out.
That is right. Man, that's crazy. So
it would behoove them to release it around the 5-year anniversary of the game. So just go ahead and do that. And because if you don't, you're garbage.
Yeah, you miss a perfect opportunity. So,
right,
you've got even more time now, guys, to play Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden Wilds.
Frozen Wilds.
Yes, I put them together. Fusion,
huh? Except it's like the Gotenks Fusion the first time they screw it up.
Is that the fat one or the old one?
Yeah, the fat one.
Okay, I got you. Guys, we got some quick ones for you. Here we go.
Okay.
Team Asobi.
Not the quick hits, but the quick ones for Sony.
Exactly. Team Asobi teases most ambitious game yet as it begins work on a new project. The new State of Play broadcast reportedly due in September. PlayStation 5 Standard Edition is no longer selling at a loss, according to Sony. That's pretty good. And 60% of game sales on PS5 and PS4 were PlayStation Studio games, which does not surprise me at all.
No. I mean, how have they made their money and how have they sold so many consoles? By their own first-party gaming.
Yep.
So, and with, stuff like Deathloop, oh my gosh, Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, Death Stranding Director's Cut in the near future, it's only going to pick up more steam for Sony. And Kena Bridge of Spirits is in September, so it's gonna only continue. So 16% of game sales being first party, not surprising. New State of Play in September, that roughly, because when the Horizon one was in June, so about 1.25 sounds about right for Sony.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's going to be focused on anything specific. Like I know Kena got delayed till late September. So will they do a one focused on Kena, or will it be like another one where they did with like Deathloop and where they showed off other stuff and talked about other things, coming out? So will it be one of a direct style, or will it be a one game focus?
What would be great if it was just focused on, hey, we've got our production issues solved and we're going to be putting them out when we're putting out PS5s.
We're sending them out and they'll be hitting stores tomorrow.
Yeah.
That'd be great, but only time will tell. Or maybe another DualSense colored controller option.
Yeah, that's what we need.
So, but I'm already shocked that the standard edition is no longer selling at a loss.
Yeah, that's crazy.
According to Sony, like usually now granted the PS3 started off on a rough foot, but it pretty much took to the end of the PS3 life cycle for them to start making profit.
Yeah.
And the fact that we're not even a year into the PS5 life cycle and they've already started making profit on their console is tremendous. I mean, even if it is all bots buying it, majority of the bulk of the stock, it's still impressive.
Oh yeah, and the standard edition costing more than the disc, the disc-less edition and everything.
Right.
That's pretty awesome.
Yep. So, but there you go.
There's the quick ones, guys. Now for the quick hits with I Has No Time.
But wait, there's more. So, to start off, more Annapurna stuff is mixed in here too. Beginning with Outer Wilds Echoes of the Eye DLC announced and will release September 28th. This is like the smaller indie one, not to be confused with Outer Worlds, which came out around the same time. Skatebird gets a release date of September 16th. AMD announces Radeon RDX 6600 XT GPU will release August 11th and will be sold at $380. The Artful Escape, another Annapurna game, will release on September 9th. This is going to be on Xbox. This was shown at their E3 a couple years ago, and this will be a day one on Game Pass game. Forza Motorsport 7 will be leaving digital storefronts after the month of September is over, so if you are a digital purchaser and you like Forza, get it while it's there before it's gone. Battlefield 2042 standalone film Exodus will arrive on August 12th. GTA 5 shipments have eclipsed 150 million, aka water is wet. It keeps selling like gangbusters. New Xbox Series X Aqua Shift Special Edition controller has been unveiled. Zombie Army 4 adds free Left 4 Dead characters. EA has made it possible to create and play with women players in FIFA 22 for the first time in franchise history. The first Battlefield 2042 playtest will happen August 12th through 16th. Datamine suggests Animal Crossing New Horizons could get the community-requested feature, the Roost Cafe, and maybe Brewster in a future update. New 2K Games IP to be announced later this month. Beat from Jet Set Radio will join Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. Some EA stuff from their earnings call. EA says Mass Effect Legendary Edition sold, quote, well above expectations. EA says that there was, quote, extraordinary demand to bring the Dead Space series back. EA will continue to invest in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order franchise. EA Sports College Football will include tech to, quote, seamlessly integrate player likenesses. Gamescom opening night live set for August 25th and will be 2 hours long. Amazon Games A New World delayed to September 28th.
Man, there's some good stuff in there.
Yeah.
Mass Effect Legendary Edition is selling well above. That means we're going to get more Mass Effect. Like, it's not dead. Andromeda didn't kill it. Battlefield.
They've already confirmed, Mass Effect 4, so it's definitely, hopefully, going to be a strong thing for that.
I can't wait. Battlefield 2042. I know Murdoch is hyped for that game. I would love to try to get into that playtest just to see what the portal mode and everything is, if that's part of it. I know like playtests are a little bit smaller than, like betas and everything. I'm glad that EA is investing in Jedi Fallen Order more. I'm ready for that. The big one that I want to kind of end this one on, or two, Amazon, the New World game. I don't know, like if you've seen much about it. That game blew up during like its preview. Like there were like there was a couple million people that played it during its preview and everything. And it looks really, really cool. I probably will play it. I'm really excited for it. But the last big one that I want to talk about real quick, EA Sports College Football bringing in likenesses. Like I know for a long time they wouldn't do likenesses, wouldn't put names on jerseys. So I'm excited for that because they did pass bills for that, into law and all that good stuff. I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, same. So, and I mean, to be fair, EA Sports wouldn't let you put names on the back of the jerseys, but they didn't stop anyone from going to a website or like going to a site that had the roster names on there and downloading them into the game.
Yep. You could do that. You could do it that way. Yep.
So, and that was the loophole. It's like EA's like, well, we don't have it, but what we're not going to tell you is we're not going to stop anyone from doing it either. So
yeah.
You can't blame us.
You could go in and edit the rosters like yourself as well. It just took forever.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm excited for that, getting to see, the likenesses of the people that are playing and, that these athletes, these college athletes will get a piece of the pie. I don't know how much of a pie they'll get, but, if you're on the cover, like think about how many college athletes have graced the cover of, EA, the game, the NCAA game that never saw any money.
Right, 100%.
So now they're gonna get some of that moolah. Get some of that moolah.
The thing for me, like I said, I know I said water is wet, but the fact that GTA 5 has shipped 150 million copies is still mind-boggling, and it's still like, who hasn't bought that game yet?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the game's been out since 2013.
Yeah, it's crazy, and like it's on 3 well, is it on the new consoles yet? Have they released it yet?
It's coming in November,
Okay.
but not yet.
They're fixing to be on 3 console generations.
Yeah.
That is mind-boggling. Absolutely mind-boggling.
All we need now is Skyrim to come to PS5 and Series X, and it can rival GTA.
Oh, I'm sure it will. I am sure it will.
I mean, you can play Skyrim on a smart fridge, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Well, guys, there you go. There is the news for the week. Hope that you enjoyed it. I Has No Time. Thank you for putting it together.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed
Thank
it.
you as always for having me.
Guys, make sure to let us know what you thought down in the comments below, and go over to patreon.com/nerdcave. Support us over there. Become part of the part of the exclusive crew. And you can catch us on this wonderful, wonderful thing each and every week on Thursdays. Come be a part of it. Have some fun. Discuss with us what you think and all that good stuff. This has been Zach.
And I Has No Time.
Y'all have a blessed week. Bye.